We're living, we're living, we're living, we're living, we're living. Continue to angela between again. Dishayela wena le. We're living, we're living, we're living. Yes, Lord, we're living. Oh, we're living. We're living in this cage town, living in these cage flats, looking for our wings in these cages. We are living. We're living in this cage town, in these cage flats, looking for our wings in these cages. We are living. We live in. We're living, we're living, we're living. Yes, Lord, we're living. We live in a war of the wages of sin, classifying our kin by tone of skin, the greatest sin in the human condition. We are living. We live in the dark side of the rainbow nation where the pots of gold are always leaving. We live in a democratic alliance, home to broken families from these cages. Uritwaha is a distant relative, the native has been twice removed. Our sons don't shine here, our daughters are flowers struggling to bloom. What? Peace of mind is home to none here. It long left the room in these cage flats. Dear God, I pray we're still living. We're living, we're living, we're living. We're living. We're living. Where's the inner city? The inner city wide shut with an open door policy. It's sky-breaking insanity. You can climb the stairs of scorn as high as you want. The stellar studies and slave mentalities and stellies. The natives free of charge by the charging authorities. It's the same song, they just changed the melody. Our feet are offbeat, rhythming these struggle songs. These freedom songs seem to play on repeat. We're living. We're living, we're living, we're living. We live in a place of divisions multiplying. It's a numbers game, it's the numbers gang, children dying. The government is lying, no one is empowered to account here. Correctional service only corrects the unserviced. We share freedom with our oppressors, then they are free from what? Gentrification is their main consideration, pigmentation is salvation, financial gratification, and the what do you do conversation. White consecration seems to thrive on black dispossession. They say that we walk around with a sense of entitlement, but nothing in this motherfucker bears our titles. Our titles belong to strangers. We are living, dear God. Yes, we live in a place where our kids cannot play outside. Government beggar leads to no government buildings. It's all pavement dwellings. The mother city is swarming with orphans. Whose mother is she? Her bosom is cold. We are living. Hand over the park, the seesaw is tilted. Children play with lives here. It's a gun-free zone because guns are free here. No one makes guns here. Stray bullets once killed butterflies here. I heard brothers can't fly here. Sisters can't find their wings. One shot, two shots, everybody too short-sighted to see who's really pulling the trigger. The streets flooded in drugs, kids drowning in liquor. Sunset clause impunity to deceive the masses. The critical masses never critically thinking. We spend our weekends high in drinking. The wages of sin we sow by our bank pins. If you remember nothing else, the wages of sin we sow in by our bank pins. We're living in this cage town, living in these cages, looking for our wings in these cages. We are living. We're living in this cage town, in these cage flats, looking for our wings in these cages. We're living, we're living. Wash up goes Mitchell's plane, but no one is flying. The rainbow evolution, the wheels are not turning. Grassy parks have grown moldy here. Our tongues are burning, lavender heals nothing here. Death owns the air, the sea winds are rotten. Silver towels do not glitter, the streets are filled with glitter. The language is bitter, no one speaks up here. The rainbow makers are silent. Native music in Musenberg is foreign. Uritwaha was once sacred, by now sold and bought by authorities of North. We're living. Yes, Lord, we're living. We are living, we're living. We live in a place where police officers are scared of the crime. We live in a place where cleaners live in the dirt and the grime. We live in a place where housekeepers have no homes to keep. It's a hard living. Americans, Europeans, always taking. I wonder why we're still partaking. Symphony way, the melodies, scales of gunpowder. Listen to the sound of the metro's fading train of thought, paying pennies for your thoughts, but no change has ever come your way. We're living. If you remember nothing else from this poem, then remember this. The Cape Flats are a crime to our people. Tell them that as long as no one in Sight C has the sight to see why they can't live by the sea, we'll see each other in hell. I guess maybe there we'll be living. Maybe there we'll be living. Oh, we're living, we're living, we're living. Yes, Lord, we're living.